All right, we're in here on a quiet weekend morning. No one else is in the shop today but me. In here getting the truck prepped out so we can get it painted. Got the new door right there. Bed's over in the corner by the booth. Still waiting for caffeine to kick in this morning, but we'll get it prepped out so we can get it painted. Robby's gonna do the night shift on painting this because we've got plenty of other stuff from the body shop that needs to be painted. Got our stuff blocked out, everything blocked out just great. Trying to put some more guide coat on, get rid of the 320 scratches so we can get it under get 600 done, then do the blends. Went through 600 of the primer, hit 800 on the flat spots with the DA to knock all that down. Now we're gonna go through with the gray Scotch-Brite and the scuff paste to get all the edges so we do not burn through. And after the caffeine kicked in, I forgot we had the bumper and the tailgate to do also. Went over it with the 800 and you can still see the shiny and the Chevrolet on the tailgate. We'll go through, scuff that by hand, and have this ready for the booth in no time. All right, we've got everything prepped out on the Chevy. We got the bed over there, tailgate, bumper. Next step is get it in the booth, and you guys will see it probably once it's masked up.
So we have a problem. Painted the truck, and our GoPro failed us. So you guys aren't gonna see any of the painting process for Paul and Michelle's truck, but you're gonna see the after effect. It's all painted, it's looking awesome. Got the cab corner, the whole side, the new door, the front door fixed, the fender, the bedside, the tailgate, and the rear bumper. All painted, looking sweet. And now we gotta put it all back together because we've gotta get this back to Paul and Michelle because they're gonna be taking it to Glamis.
Where's that?
Partying like animals. Just kidding. Glamis is in California. They're gonna go down to Merlin's birthday bash. Thanks for the invite, Merlin.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna hurry and get the bed thrown on and get this over into our shop because people are using their radios and they're listening to music like normal people, but we can't listen to music while we're on YouTube. We gotta get out of this shop. Very carefully, rock it down. Okay, we can't close the tailgate. Get a lock on us, and then we don't get it open until it's all wired in. All right, we got the tailgate on, bed's installed. We're gonna move this around to the mechanic shop and get this truck the rest of the way finished up. We went through and we did some QCing on the paint. I just noticed that I got a little piece of something under the clear. So I took some sandpaper, sanded it. You can still kind of see a halo of it. We're gonna pull this door off and respray the outside. Sometimes that happens. And I wanna make sure this thing is really good for Paul, but this is right at eye level. So every time you go to get in, your eyes are gonna lock on it.
The next day, I'm going to be installing the spoiler, so that way we can get the rear glass, front glass, the headliner, all that stuff in. Got to put silicone around all the holes under the spoiler. From the factory, they put silicone on it. Everybody hates water leaks inside, so silicone is getting around the holes. Big quote.
Surprise, surprise! Surprise, surprise! Guess what today is? Your 29th birthday. Go to the comments and wish her a happy birthday now.
I'm getting older by today.
She was 28, now she's 29. And yes, she has a 14-year-old because he turned 14 yesterday. So go to the comments, wish little Braden a happy birthday. He turned 14 and wish the boss a happy birthday. She's not really 29, so don't say she had a baby at 15.
They will.
They will, because the internet is ruthless. Are we actually getting back to work on Paul and Michelle's truck? Yeah. Yes. Does anybody know why I'm so happy? Because we own a 1976 AMC Pacer. And I just want this truck to be done so we can go back to working on the Pacer, because the Pacer brings me so much joy in life and brings her so much joy in life. Happy wife, happy rest of everybody else in the world. This has double-sided tape, and I'm not about retaping that. Throw it in the truck. Hey.
What?
We got one more.
I can't just take a quick siesta?
I mean, I guess.
Now that spoiler is sealed watertight. I want to get this hooked up. We should be ready to set the headliner. Yay! Uh-oh.
What?
That door's, I think, shut on the plug. Or it's cut onto the seat. There we go. All installed up front. The final part is to snap these backs in. Now the headliner's all installed.
Cool. We got the headliner back in place. Hillbilly is getting the trim panels in. I'm gonna start working on stuff and not getting in his way. So I'm just gonna go over here and work on this. I'm gonna install the fuel. We'll have the cameraman hold it. So I'm gonna install the bezel for this fuel filler. I'm only doing that because I've looked at it like 5 times and I'm sick of it being down. I need to get this up into place and I'll put my bolts in. Snap it. Put these on. For this, it's super simple. Just snaps on. That's it. My work here is done.
Okay, I got the front trim pad pillar panel in. Now I'm working on the back. You got a hole right there. It has to go in. That hole lines up with that. And then there's 2 clips on the bottom. Line those up. Push. Snap. Crackle. Pop.
All right, so on these new style Chevys, they've got this awesome step. Now the cool thing about the step is it has this big reinforcement bar. So when you step on it, you don't bend anything. It's an actual step. Just takes 4 of these bolts. Now we can get all the trim panels put on. Aside from those bolts, this is pretty simple. You snap this on.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Snap. Literally. Crackle. Pop. All right. That part's done.
Got a handful of torque screws. Don't want to go too much with this because it will break it. They're just little plastic screws or things.
Okay, last bolt. Molding's installed. Now I can put my wheel, I guess these are called mud flaps. So it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. Everything's got to go together in order to work together. You got to put all the pieces together in the correct order to make them all fit and work. I bought me this cool little ratchet that's for bits. So I can get up inside of here. This is literally the only reason I bought it. It's to do splash shields.
I'm just getting these rear panels installed. The bottom one just tell them with clips. The top one tell them with clips. It's bungee on a nut clip, so when the airbag blows, it can pop off but not go flying across the car and hurt somebody. And it clips on like that. And you put the bolt through the hole, tighten it down. Driver's side, interior pieces are all done.
This tailgate is electric. So before Colton unhooks the battery, which is what he was doing and I stopped him, we're gonna hook the handle assembly up. There is a trick to getting this open if your electrical fails. Oh, did we hook the electrical up underneath? No. Huh, you had one job, Colton. You had one job. Bolton Colton can't even bolt it in. Plug the tailgate in, get it latched. Now you've got 2 different things. You have a communication wire, which is your camera. That has to as well be plugged in, or you won't have a camera. And ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
These have little Christmas trees. I see too many shops that don't clip them back in. They have holes, hexagonal holes, in the bottom side of the bed. Take 5 seconds and hook them up. Oh, you gotta pull it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was twisting it. Oh, okay, so that's how you can manually open it. There's a little rod right here, you just pull it. Okay, now, here we go. All right.
I'm going to get this bumper built. There is a certain way these go in. You notice there's a notch here and a notch here. Every hole has the notch in different spots. I won't say it's this one.
The crazy part about this truck is as soon as we get it put together, it has to go to the dealership. The dealership has to flash the computer and let the computer know that, hey, you're fixed. Everything can function correctly now. Last but not least, gotta bolt your tailgate in. Paul be going down the road going about 110, and this tailgate could potentially blow off. Gotta bolt it back in. Tailgate's done. Put your light socket back in. Now all these electrical connectors, they all have locks. Push your lock in, push your tail light in, and smack it. Don't smack it too hard, because if you smack it, you'll hurt it. Don't monkey smack it like Hillbilly. He tightens it right to the verge where the bolt stretches, and then you can't take it off because it's so tight.
Lie! I do not.
Okay, tail light's done. Now, the only thing left to do, tail lights are working. All right, we're gonna get the front splash shields put in. We take 1 plastic clip and the rest are bolts. You put this clip in and it holds it in place. All right, so we've got this all bolted in. We do have a bracket here, it's called the bumper stay. I'm gonna get the bumper stay put in. You always wanna line your marks back up. I like dust marks, because it tells you where your bolts are at and where you need to tighten them.
So I've been moving right along on this bumper. Now I'm getting this installed, and then I gotta put these pads like this. So this bumper's about done. And it just snaps in place like that.
I'm gonna get this door all put together now. A piece of masking tape. No traces left behind. Now I'm gonna show you guys some fun with this Chevrolet door. There's a sequence to get this handle to work. You gotta grab this little lever, you gotta pull the lever towards you, and you gotta twist the thingy, and you gotta lock it. Oh, did it wrong. See, I'm telling you, this is a pain in the butt. Like total pain in the butt. Caitlin might wear pink hats. We use pink tools. Yeah, Caitlin. All right, now that we've got this inner actuator locked, let's show you guys how to do this. So you can, when you go to work on your brand new High Country, you can revert back to this video when your handle doesn't work and you're like, what in the heck is going on? Okay, so now you stick this in, see that? Doesn't work. You have to do it correctly or you gotta redo it. So there is a high possibility that this isn't gonna work the first time. Must be a professional. It worked. Now, this lock goes in. You gotta bring it, the lock back out. Till this goes in. It's a pain in the butt. The hardest part is getting the handle to latch. So now, pull it back out. Stick that in. Hold that tight. Get that to release. Now we'll finish tightening this up. But now we look at how it works. So that is absolutely the most miserable handle in the world. We got it. And to finish it off, plug your hole. Don't forget to plug it in.
So the final piece before installing the bumper is these chip guard things. 3M taped on the back side here and clipped there. Bumper's complete, now we're installing it.
Gotta get the run channel down. It's a bugger to get it down on the bottom side. Trying to use the window to cheat and help shove it down, but it's not gonna work. Gotta take the door panel off. All right, we got the run channel in. We'll roll the window up, make sure it's all seated correctly. And then I got these two bolts to go on the back right here, behind where the license plate would go. Everybody's gonna finish up. Are you plugging everything in? That will be done. All right, now that I've got the run channel in, Paul's compressor's compressing some air. Once it's done compressing air, then we'll be quiet in here. But we're gonna put the mirror on. These mirrors are humongous on these new trucks.
Okay, all that's left, the trailer plug and the tire roller up or down or doohickey thing. Gotta get it lined up, put the tube, and push it in. Okay, now all I gotta do is just license plate. And then this rear bumper is done. So I'm just pre-cleaning the inside of the windshield, so that way when it gets installed, it's already clean.
When putting glass in, urethane sticks best to freshly cut urethane. So you never want to trim your urethane until you're ready to put it in.
I have to pull this molding out. This goes on the outside outside part of the windshield, and it helps from water getting down between the windshield and the side panel.
This is the most critical part. So I'm just getting some primer on the bare paint spots so that our urethane will stick good. All right, so now I'm going to reinstall window edge molding. So we call this universal because you can use it on multiple things, but these windshields are not serviced. They do not have serviceable moldings. You have to buy a new window to get the molding. Luckily, it's got this little guide that helps you. Tear the guide off. I'm only going to take it to this edge because I want to contour this edge. So I've got the urethane all spread. We're going to grab the window, and as a team effort, we're going to put it in. Ready?
I'm ready wherever you are.
So you want it very carefully. We'll peel this off in 24 hours. I'm gonna get inside the truck and I'm gonna go all the way around 3 sides so there's no gaps. That was a lot,
Be careful.
but I got it. All right, it's time to put the windshield in. We're gonna watch, make sure our bottoms can go in, come all the way to the top. We're gonna walk the molding down in, okay? Seat it.
Line your van up.
So all this tape is gonna do is keep the windshield from sliding back down while the urethane is steady. Takes about 30 minutes for the urethane to set. Want to flat palm the windshield, that'll set your urethane.
Yeah, now the window's installed, the cal can be installed.
Yeah, these are like a 2-step thing. You put it in, and then you push, and it locks it.
Now, we are ready for the windshield wipers. There's just 1 nut per wiper. CB antenna. Radio antenna. Now we open the hood back up and hook up the window showers.
Paul, Michelle, windshield wipers don't work? These two.
Okay, since we got the window in, we got the cowl in, I figured I'd come inside and plug in the rear view mirror. With rear view mirrors nowadays, they are so fancy.
Well, that's also a camera there too.
Yeah, they got, and a camera up in here. You got 3 little plugs.
Just like that.
Check this out. Brand new High Country Chevrolet headlight that costs like $2,000. Even comes with a module. Whew. Anybody that knows anything about HIDs knows that they have to have a module that controls it. And I know it doesn't appear like it, but it is almost close to lunchtime. Look at that. Like a glove. So this takes 10 billion bolts. Headlight is on. Colton, turn the key on. Let there be light. No headlight. Is there a light? Nope.
There is on this side.
I wonder if there's a plug that I forgot or something.
Just like a dentist pulling a bad tooth. We got a blown fuse. Inside one of your covers on your vehicle, you have spares. Look at that. Thank you, General Motors. Make sure you replenish your spares. So make sure to tell Paul, I stole your spare. Let's make sure that we got power through it. Look at that, we got power. Put my lights on. Voila! It's working. All right, now that we've verified that the headlights are working, found a bad fuse, we can move on. That means that Paul has been riding dirty with no headlight for probably a prolonged amount of time. Everything is like a puzzle with new vehicles. So that's got to go into this. This has got to go into there. This has got to go over the headlight. So headlight has to go in first. Grille's got to go in second. Lower bumper goes in third. So we'll get our plug. Oh, we'll get our camera plugged in. Colton can do that. All right, grille is in. We'll put the upper sight shield. Now this is just clipped in fully. Done. Now we've got this extension for the latch assembly. It's a little extender so you can open it out here. All right, now we can put this on. Now that we've put the entire front end together. You gotta get your rubbers to go down in. We'll work it. That is installed. Now we'll bolt it. They put the bolt there, so you have to disassemble both sides because the flare goes over top of it. And that is just held on with plastic clips. So cheesy, so chintzy. Okay. Front end is done. First truck I ever worked on like this was at Sparks Motors with my friend Damon. We were color matching one for Dave, and we had never taken these trucks apart, and we took all 4 doors apart. So once you take one apart, you're taking them all apart. Now this inner upper trim panel is friction locked. What I mean by that is you can see this. This just goes into this track right here, and it locks itself in by friction. So it doesn't have any clips or nothing holding it. You just push it under your outside weather strip. It locks in place. Got that all finished up. Now you noticed I got the door panel on. I had to hook up the handle cable. I had to hook up the wiring. Then you have to align the panel, snap it in, make sure everything's good before you put any pressure because it's all plastic and it will break. But we got the interior panel on, all the covers. This door is done. We'll go see if Pablo's got the door finished in the rear. We'll get it over here where it's just me and Colton now. We'll get it put on and we'll build it out and get this thing over into detail. Me and Colton are gonna hurry and put the back seat in. Back seat's all done. And just like that, the door is assembled. It's working, everything's actuating. We've had the window go up and down, door panels on. Now, moving on, we gotta finish the emblems. So I need to put the High Country on the fender, the 3500 HD on the door, go to the tailgate, top cap, emblems on there, and we will have this truck ready for Paul to come and pick it up. So I was gonna take it down to him, but he needs it sooner than I can get it down to him. So him and Michelle are gonna be coming up and picking it up. We'll be giving it back to him in a couple of days. All right, so what I've done is I've actually made a template off of the other side, brought it over here and mimicked exactly what they have on the other side. That High Country emblem is identical to the passenger side. At the factory, they have a machine that just sticks them. So I actually come through and I'm gonna cut out the foam. I wanna place this right on my tape line. Now I can see through that, I can place it on the door and I'm not gonna screw it up like normal. All right, and we're on. Looking factory again. So this is the upper cap for the tailgate. Now the reason I'm replacing this is this little strip right here. Can I change it? Absolutely. Do I want to? Absolutely not. All this stuff on these trucks are super simple. So simple even somebody like me can do it. Now, this has a reinforced backing. So you just pull it out. Voila! Done. How good she looks. Old one, crappy. New one, not crappy. Now I need to place the emblem. So what I'm gonna do, I don't have anything to reference the emblems on the truck for the tailgate. So I'm gonna look at a picture and I'm gonna make my own templates. And you're never gonna know if they're wrong because there's not another tailgate on this truck to look at the emblem and see if it's wrong. All right, so the cool thing about my shop is we have all our work orders on an app system. So I can go into the app, find the job, find my tailgate, and I can look at where the emblems go. So we got the High Country over here, and we got the Silverado over here. Now I think everything dimensionally, when I'm putting emblems on, I think in 3/4 and 1.5 inches. A 3/4 inch line on the bottom, 3/4 inch line on the side. That's gonna place my Silverado. Now this one I'm gonna do like a 3/4 and 1/2 and a 3/4 and 1/2. And I'm gonna show you how I do that. That's how my brain works. I know a 3/4 and 1/2 is like 1 inch. Oh, yeah, it's like 1 1/8. That's right. Oh, and did we mention that Hillbilly's still got the man flu? So he's not at work. He's not quitting. He didn't find another job. We didn't fire him. He's just sick. That one's done. Now we're gonna do our 1 1/2, 3/4 inch. All right, and we're done. So that emblem is by design up and in just a little bit more than the Silverado. So now that we got the truck done, let's take this sucker for a test drive. So before we can go test drive it, one policy we have here is everything has to be post-scanned. What that means is we hook up our scanner and we run it through a diagnostic and we check to see if there's anything wrong with it, which when you unplug stuff, it always puts codes into the system. Pre-scan it, it's gonna tell us everything that's locked into the computer. Then we're gonna clear them all out. Then we're gonna go test drive it, see if anything comes back on. All right, let's take this thing for a test drive. Should be all good, but it's always good to test drive after you've taken the truck completely apart. Aside from a little tire noise, sounds fine. All right, so we've got Paul's truck over at the dealership, just getting everything checked out before it gets back we got to show you guys something. So we got to go out to the trailer. You guys may remember in the last video, we showed you guys a CF Moto 950 Sport that we're going to be giving away at the off-road games. So let's go get that bad boy out and let's show you guys a little bit more about it. And then we're going to show you guys the new merch that we are dropping. And you're not going to want to miss out. Now, the cool thing about our merch, we're going to drop it online March 13th, and we're going to be offering it for sale in person March 14th at the off-road games. So if you come to the off-road games, we're going to have a new shirt. We're going to have new stickers. We're going to have some really cool stuff that I want to show you here in just a minute. Look at this. We're gonna have to wash this before we take it down to Sand Hollow.
Oh my God, breathe.
So the only thing it needs is a windshield. Other than that, this thing is awesome. I like the big doors. I love the automotive paint. Now, if you want to know how to win this, all you got to do is show up to the off-road games, March 14th through 16th. Free entry, no purchase necessary. But if you want additional entries, each purchase at our booth with Robby Layton merch, you're going to get an additional entry to win this, the CF Moto 950 Sport Z4 two-seater side-by-side. This thing is awesome. I'm super impressed with it, except for the windshield. It does need a windshield. Maybe one day they'll come out with a windshield, but for now, this thing is awesome.
I can tell it's comfortable already.
It's way comfortable, actually. Like, take it for a rip and then come to the shop.
Sounds good. I think we made a mistake by letting me drive it. I might just take it home for myself. It's actually really, I'm impressed.
So we've talked to you about the CF Moto machine. We've talked to you about the off-road games. Now, here it is, guys. We're releasing a new sticker. But wait, there's more. We talked to you guys about it. We're gonna be selling stickers at the off-road games and online. So we've got the Deja Blue, we've got the Dory the Explorer. Whichever sticker we sell the most of, either online or in person, we're gonna combine those totals, and after the off-road games, we're gonna choose a name. So we need your help. Once these are gone, well, we might have to make more stickers, but just with one name. So one of these is gonna become limited edition. We don't know which one, to get your stickers while supplies last. But also, we have a brand new shirt dropping right here.
I'm wearing it.
And right here. So we got black and we got gray. We got youth sizes, adult sizes. Limited quantities, but we are going to be selling them online and we are going to be selling them in person at the off-road game. So make sure you guys get these while they last. There's not a whole lot of them. If you're in person, you're going to be the first ones ever to get these brand new Jeep shirts. Boom. Boom. We hope to see you guys at the off-road games, and we hope to see you in these new shirts. So, as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.